Right now at 6, honoring the fallen. A memorial in Fort McCoy remembers Wisconsin troopers who have died serving their community. And reaching out. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among college students. Area colleges want their students to know help isn't far away.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. In an effort to honor their officers who have fallen in the line of duty, the Wisconsin State Patrol has constructed a new memorial at Fort McCoy. State Patrol officers, along with family and state leaders, honored 8 State Patrol troopers who lost their lives while serving the community. While names of fallen soldiers are carved into memorials in Washington, D.C. and Madison, this memorial in Fort McCoy specifically honors Wisconsin troopers.
This is the first memorial just for our officers, and I think it's fitting that it's here at our academy because every one of our officers starts out here at the academy.
Tonight at 10, we'll hear from a sister of one of those fallen troopers and what this memorial means for their family. Tomorrow morning, veterans from across the region will take a trip of a lifetime. Veterans will be flying to Washington, D.C. for the Freedom Honor Flight to visit various D.C. landmarks. For organizers, seeing veterans full of excitement and happiness when they return is what means the most.
When they come back to La Crosse and you see the welcome home that they get, it's overwhelming for them, and it's just a pleasure to see the way the community comes out and supports them as well.
There are over 93 veterans from across the region waiting to go on the Freedom Honor Flight. If you wish to participate in a morning send-off, you can head to Colgan Air Hangar 4, where doors open at 5 a.m. Let's switch it up, talk some weather. Bill Grahl is tracking some rain across our area.
Yeah, and another warm day for most, low to mid 80s here in La Crosse, but a strong cold front is the cause for these rain chances moving in, and that also kept highs in the 70s to our north and west. Kind of filtered sunshine in downtown La Crosse, but dry here. But taking a look at radar, it's been raining for a time in Eau Claire, some isolated thunder in that activity as well. And then stretching southeast, or I should say south and west, into southeastern Minnesota, some hit and miss showers and thunderstorms over Wabasha County, down through Rochester and Austin. The rest of us dry, though, as the rain is confined to areas behind this cold front. So that's good news for prep football games this evening in most of the area. Now, those of you in our far northern and western communities, you'll want to have that rain gear handy and have our app handy as well to check that radar. 73 degrees. We just dropped 8 degrees here in La Crosse, so the cold front is coming through as we speak. Still 81 in Prairie du Chien, 20 degrees cooler for you folks in Eau Claire at 61 degrees. So it kind of depends on exactly where you are for your prep football forecast. Again, dry for most, showers to the north and west, wind shifting to the north-northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. In the La Crosse area, kickoff time 71 degrees, dropping into the 60s by the end of the game. And again, most of us dry near and south and east of La Crosse. But those rain chances gradually spread south and east overnight. Lows in La Crosse around 60 degrees. I'll talk weekend rain chances with my 8-day forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Bill. The 2 pending tests for monkeypox at UWL have come back negative. The tested individuals were told to isolate while awaiting those results. University officials thanked the 2 students for informing the Student Health Center of the concern. Officials say no further action is needed at this time. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among college students. That's according to the American College Health Association. As we near the end of Suicide Prevention Week, News 8 Now's Dua Israr spoke to mental health experts on how students can ask for help even in an unfamiliar place. Good evening, Dua.
Ken, for people struggling with mental health, it isn't always easy reaching out. Mental health experts say it's up to friends, families, and educators to notice the warning signs and just take a few minutes to talk to someone about how they're doing.
For some people, college is where they find their identity.
It's this opportunity to explore your own values and who you are.
For others, it may be a stressful and isolating experience.
Kind of a fish out of water.
Mayo Clinic Health System social worker Reese Struckenmiller says the W curve was created in the 60s to explain how people adjust to new environments.
We know that when people are going into a new culture, there's this predictable pattern of how they will likely behave.
The letter W represents the mental highs and lows in a new place.
People more freely say out loud, I'm struggling with anxiety and depression, just in common conversation. I was a college student in the 90s. We didn't talk like that.
Brent Brigson has been a mental health counselor for over 20 years. He's seen both the highs.
I love working in a college setting because it's a hopeful place.
And the lows.
People think about suicide.
At both Western Technical College and University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, over 1,000 students seek mental health resources.
The generation that might be starting college now maybe somewhat more open to seeking help.
At Western Technical College, staff use a method called early alert. If a staff member notices a student they believe is struggling with mental health, the staff member will refer them to a counselor.
They're trained to ask, do you have somebody to talk to? And if they don't, they literally walk them to my office.
Bergson says everyone should take part in an early alert method.
As a society, we need to pay attention to people in our lives. We need to pay attention to those things,
so that a support system is available for everyone.
Signs of anxiety and depression can include a change in eating and sleeping habits, frequent moments of anger and frustration, as well as isolation. Bergson says the first step to moving forward is realizing those changes in behavior.
All right, thanks a lot, Dua. If you or a loved one is showing those signs or just need someone to talk to, you can call the National Information and Crisis Line at 988. For the Wisconsin line, you can dial 211. Mental health, of course, is not just a priority at the college level. A local organization is making change 12 years and up. In the last 5 years, Better Together in La Crosse County has raised awareness of youth mental health, improved coping skills in teenagers, and trained over 2,000 people in mental health first aid. Members of the organization say that these efforts are crucial because mental health is becoming a crisis for kids.
75% of mental health challenges show up before the age of, like in your teen years, before the age of 24. And so this is like the prime time to recognize a young person who's struggling.
For the next 2 years, Better Together is focused on sustaining mental health training in La Crosse. As the state turns toward the November election, ads are popping up all over your devices. A recent attack ad from Senator Ron Johnson's campaign targets his challenger Mandela Barnes on his stances on defunding the police and abolishing ICE. Reporter Will Keneally is our resident fact checker for the latest reality check.
The ad was released by Ron Johnson's campaign and the National Republican Senatorial Committee.
Mandela Barnes would eagerly join their squad.
And it ties Mandela Barnes to the Squad, which is some of the most liberal members of Congress, including Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It says Barnes and the Squad want to abolish ICE and defund the police in the face of rising crime. And the claim is a little complicated. It stems from this picture where Mandela Barnes is holding an Abolish ICE shirt from the Democratic Socialists of America.
Barnes wanted to abolish ICE.
The claim is close but needs a little clarification. Barnes does not say that he wants to abolish ICE, but he does say that he wants comprehensive reform to immigration and border control. This sets him apart from other Democrats, like Wisconsin's Mark Pocan, for example, who clearly say that they want to abolish ICE.
The Socialist Squad is leading the charge to defund our police.
For his part, Barnes says he wants to give the police more tools to do their job, like more training and using social workers for some calls.
No surprise, crime is on the rise.
That's true for some crimes. Homicides and car thefts have risen dramatically since 2019, according to data from the Department of Justice. Other crimes like burglaries have decreased slightly in recent years. So where does this come from? A recent Marquette poll shows that crime is a top issue among Republican voters, so this could be in an effort to drive Republican turnout. With this reality check, I'm Will Keneally.
Thanks a lot, Will. Johnson and Barnes will face each other on November 8th. Starting tomorrow, La Crosse's South Avenue between 7th Street and Green Bay Street will be closed to through traffic. Crews are working on the Gunderson roof and need the space to operate. A detour will be posted, and the work is expected to finish by the end of the day on Sunday. A La Crosse landmark is about to make its debut. The iconic cathedral, also known as the St. Joseph the Workman Cathedral, will be unveiled on Sunday. The renovation was officially completed in June, costing just over $6 million. All funds for that project came from donations. Church officials say the La Crosse community was an important part of the renovation success.
Everybody got on board, and rather quickly, because we never had to borrow once.
The renovation took about 28,000 hours of labor with a little help from drone photography. At 8:30 tomorrow night, the exterior of the cathedral will be lit up in a special ceremony, and then on Sunday, all are invited to a Beacon and Light celebration, which will include food, card games, and festivities for children. A La Crosse area tradition resumes tomorrow morning with Steppin' Out in Pink, Gunderson Health System's yearly fundraiser for breast cancer research. Today, organizers and volunteers prepared for Saturday morning's event, which for the first time will be in La Crosse's Riverside Park. Crews helped put up signs, banners, and stands for 60-plus vendors who are also attending the event.
Rain or shine, we will be down here at 7 a.m. Riverside Park supporting our breast cancer survivors and the research, because cancer doesn't wait for the storm to pass, and neither do we. So we are here, rain or shine, come down, shop, walk, and support the event.
You can walk anytime between 7 and 12:30. If you haven't picked up your t-shirt for the event, you can do so from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. at the registration tent. Still to come, Britain continues to mourn its longtime monarch. We get some local perspective on Queen Elizabeth II's most consequential efforts.
Did you know Tim Michaels pledged to cut millions from public schools?
We're already throwing so much money at education.
He'll drain classrooms and gut school funding. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Creep up on savings all month long with our progressive sale. The more you spend, the more you save. $50 off a $500 purchase. $125 off $1,000. $300 off $2,000. $600 off $3,000. The savings never end on bedding, recliners, dining, and more. Wesco and Sparta, where right glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Think crime is bad now? Mandela Barnes would make it worse. Barnes would eliminate cash bail even after the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, supports amnesty and sanctuary cities for illegals, and had worked for a radical group that wants to defund the police. Barnes has a long record of smearing police while spending your tax dollars on security for himself. Mandela Barnes, wrong on crime, dangerous for Wisconsin. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Lane's Farm and Fleet's Big Fall Sale is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for seasonal supplies, offering massive fall savings throughout the store. Like 80-count boxes of Victor Allen single-serve brew cups, just $18.99. These men's hiking boots are only $39.99. And get $50 instant savings on this DeWalt blower and chainsaw kit. Plus, now through Saturday, get our lowest price of the year on this Continental Pizza Oven, just $31.99.
Did you know Tim Michaels supports allowing teenagers to buy AR-15s with no waiting period?
I throw guns.
Teenagers with assault weapons. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Before her death at age 96, Queen Elizabeth II was on the throne for 70 years in Britain, going back to 1952. Newsday Now's Rob Romano is here to examine how the Queen tried to use the throne to promote peace. Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Ken. I spoke with a UWL employee who's originally from Nigeria, which was once part of the British Empire. He said that he understands the importance of having reverence for the Queen, but he also wants to see the monarchy continue its efforts towards reconciliation.
She's part of our history, be it colonialism and after the fact.
UWL employee and 2016 graduate Meki Eneke grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. Nigeria was part of what used to be the British Empire until 1960.
That's where my opinions lies. I mean, she was definitely revered, both back home in the UK and abroad.
Despite the respect that Eneke has for the late Queen Elizabeth II, he says he wants to see the British Commonwealth system do more to respect different tribes in Nigeria.
I personally know there were positives in Nigeria as far as some of the practices that we had, but also negative as far as forcing some tribes to live within each other that typically would be best well left alone.
During the 20th century, the late Queen Elizabeth presided over the dissolution of Britain's global empire, which was replaced with a loose association of countries under the British Commonwealth system. UWL professor Dr. Kenneth Shank says with the passing of Queen Elizabeth, British people are most likely going to re-examine their national identity.
There's going to be a lot of soul-searching amongst the British as to what it means to be a member of the United Kingdom in the 21st century.
Shank adds that Queen Elizabeth played a role in de-escalating tensions between Great Britain and the Republic of Ireland in recent years. In 2011, the Queen was the first British monarch in over 100 years to visit Ireland and tried to work towards reconciliation between both sides.
Trying to undo a lot of the tension between those countries over the years, related to the Troubles, but related to the fact that Ireland was a former colony of Great Britain. And her presence there did a lot to reconcile the two countries and bring about more warm relations between the two.
And in the past 7 decades, Queen Elizabeth served the British people alongside 15 different prime ministers. The first one, Sir Winston Churchill in 1952. Ken?
The things she experienced in those 70 years, for sure. Thanks a lot, Rob. Along with the many prime ministers she worked with, as Rob mentioned, Queen Elizabeth also met with 13 sitting U.S. presidents. After the break, our sports team has a live look at a very transformed Memorial Stadium in Sparta.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. I'll discuss those prep football games in terms of the forecast and also the weekend plans. I know a lot of us have a lot of them. So what's the weather have in store? I'll have the answer coming up next.
Ashley's Labor Day mattress sale is going on now. Bring home a queen mattress for the price of a twin on select Ashley Sleep, Sealy, and Serta mattresses. The best Labor Day mattress deals are only available at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Visit your local Ashley store or shop Ashley.com today.
They're destroying America and our livelihoods. Now, DC elites are spending big on Brad Paff. The same Beltway bigwigs who wasted taxpayer money that bailed out elite golf courses and luxury hotels are now bankrolling Brad Paff's campaign because Brad Paff supported their big spending, price-hiking, reckless schemes. And that's why we can't send him to Washington. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness. Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland. Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Expand your outdoor living space with our huge selection of landscape blocks from Menards. Get a free estimate instantly with our Design and Buy landscaping program. From patios, retaining walls, fire pits, and more, you can design the landscape of your dreams for free. Visit the store or Menards.com to get started on your next project today. Right now, save 11% on everything. Only at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Dear Senator Johnson, living on a fixed income, it's a struggle. I paid into Social Security and Medicare every paycheck. So it was a slap in the face when you voted to weaken Medicare. That would increase out-of-pocket costs. And when you wanted to let Wall Street gamble with Social Security. Senator Johnson, you look out for yourself and your fat cat donors, but have forgotten about us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
This Labor Day at Ashley, everything is on sale. Thousands of items are in stock and ready for fast delivery. Items up to 40% off, in-store and online. Or pay 0% interest for 60 months, no money down. Visit your local Ashley store or shop Ashley.com today.
Welcome back. Another warm day. In fact, it's been a warm start to the month of September. 7 of the 9 days, 80 degrees or higher, including the last 4, which have all been above average with highs between about 81 and 87 degrees. But boy, things are going to cool down significantly for the weekend. Now, allergy report, high symptoms across the board today for ragweed, weeds, and mold. Those go into the low symptoms tomorrow for ragweed and weeds, thanks to some rainfall on the way for tonight and tomorrow. Now, currently, radar showing those of you with outdoor plans up around Eau Claire, basically northern and western parts of the viewing area, yeah, you're going to want to keep an eye on that radar. Download our First Alert weather app, and you can track these scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms as well, and that line kind of continues back through the Rochester area down towards Austin, Minnesota. The rest of us should remain dry for your evening plans near and south and east of La Crosse. Kind of a neat shot through CityCam with some high and mid-level clouds, some filtered sunshine as well. And temperature today, 84 for the high. That's above the average high of 78. No rainfall as of yet. And we're about 0.8 below average, so we could use some rainfall. You just hate to time it over the weekend like this. 74 downtown at the station, 73 out at the airport. Winds have shifted to the northwest. So, in fact, that cold front just came through. We dropped 8 degrees out at the airport. We were at 81 degrees just last hour. Eau Claire, Cold front came through quite a while ago. Some rain showers there. 61 degrees, northerly breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So, can you find the cold front? Shouldn't be that difficult. Yeah, right about here. 80s and 90s ahead of it, 50s and 60s behind it. In fact, still 80 degrees in Prairie du Chien and Boscobel. 20 degrees cooler in Eau Claire with that 61, 73 here in the Cross. Dew points fairly muggy in advance of the front, but as that front comes through, these dew point numbers will start to gradually fall during the overnight hours. But kind of muggy this evening for those prep football games. And winds have shifted to the north and northwest for most areas as that cold front continues to make its way from northwest to southeast across the area, and that's going to be the cause for periods of rain, and that rain chance will gradually push to the south and east overnight, probably reaching the La Crosse area around midnight or so, and then another surge of moisture for tomorrow morning through about lunchtime, and then even tomorrow afternoon that rain starts to shift a little farther south and east. Now I will caution you that other forecast models keep this rain that is to our east farther to the west into Sunday. But at least a slight chance for some showers around here into Sunday. Some locally heavy rain possible, maybe an inch plus in a few spots, but most spots should be an inch or less. But we could actually use the rainfall. Mid-60s is all for highs tomorrow. In fact, most spots will see highs between about 60 and 69 degrees. So a stark contrast from the 80s that we've enjoyed the past 4 days. So 60 tonight. Chance of showers, isolated thunderstorms, especially north and west this evening. 66 tomorrow with periods of showers and staying cool Sunday and Monday. Again, a chance of showers. We'll have to see just how far west those rain chances stay on Sunday, but staying in the 60s, and then warmer Tuesday and Wednesday, more seasonable. Highs back in the 70s, even warmer later next week, back in the low 80s with some slight chances for rain as well. But boy, if you have outdoor plans, I know a lot going on outside tomorrow. Have that rain gear handy, maybe a plan B just in case.
All right, thanks a lot, Bill.
Okay.
Coming up next in sports, the transformation is complete in Sparta. We'll have an extended live look at Sparta's revamped Memorial Stadium and hear from Coach Dow after the break.
CityCam 8 is brought to you by The Board Store. Are new windows in your future? We're a Pro Via Platinum dealer with certified installers. We'll help you find the best style, color, and glass options for your budget.
The Socialist Squad led the charge to defund the police and eliminate bail for dangerous felons. Now violent crime is surging in Wisconsin.
More people have been killed in Milwaukee this year than in any previous year.
Mandela Barnes attacked the Kenosha police and incited more violence.
The officer's deadly actions attempted to take a person's life in broad daylight. This felt like some sort of vendetta.
Mandela Barnes, dangerously liberal on crime.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
We all need deep restorative sleep to handle stress and maintain good health. And at Slumberland, we've made that very easy. Only Slumberland has a smart rating system on each bed to finally make shopping simple, fast, and understandable. And we carry every Tempur-Pedic national model in every store. Now save up to $700 on select adjustable mattress sets, and special 72-month financing is available. For a better night's sleep, Tempur-Pedic at Slumberland, the brand everyone wants. Everyone.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories. Visit HometownChevy.com.
He wants to be a firefighter, a doctor, a teacher, and he wants to be their governor. But Tim Michaels said funding public schools is the definition of insanity.
We're already throwing so much money at education.
He'd drain millions from public schools to help fund private schools in Milwaukee, and even consider ending the Department of Public Instruction. Tim Michaels wants to be governor for 4 long years. But what matters more to you, his future or theirs?
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
All right, it's week 4 of the Wisconsin high school football season, and there are a ton of great conference matchups taking place tonight, including a big rivalry game between Tomah and Sparta for the first game at the new Sparta football complex. News 8 Now's Kate Overton is in Sparta and is joined by the Packers High School Coach of the Week. Kate, take it away.
Yeah, good evening, Rob.
And yeah, I'm joined with Sparta head coach Adam Dow. First of all, Coach, congratulations on being named Packers High School Coach of the Week. That's an honor. You guys have had a lot going on this season. Let's start with the field. You were supposed to play here to start the season. Things got pushed back, but here we are, week 4. You're getting ready for your game against Toma. How does it feel to be on the field?
Oh, it's great. You know, the kids got out here, got to run around last night a little bit. But honestly, I'm just excited and happy for the community, our student base, and all the families. You know, we've had it's been a long time coming to have something nice down here in Sparta and something that the kids can be proud of. So tonight they get to take a look at it, and hopefully we have a performance tonight that they can be proud of as well.
Yeah, definitely a project that's been in the works for a while, but the field isn't the only new thing. For away fans coming here this season, what else can they expect?
Well, if you look off in the distance here, there is a brand new plaza, so when you walk through the Gridiron building, you're actually walking out at level, and it's raised up about 6 to 7 feet up there and connects directly into the grandstand. We have a brand new 1,750 person grandstand up here, which if anybody's come down here before, maximizes our seating by at least 500 seats compared to what we had in the future or in the past. And over here we have our brand new scoreboard with the awning above it, home of the Spartans, Memorial Field. And most of all, when you're on top of that grandstand and you're looking down, you get to look out on the lake, and it really looks like you're just walking right out on there, which is something that's unique. I haven't seen anything like that in the area.
Awesome, Coach. Now, last question. Tragedy struck this team, and a member of your team passed away earlier this season in a car accident. You guys have kind of been the centerpiece of this community, everyone coming around this football team. What's it mean to have such strong community support?
Well, I think anytime you give this community a reason to stand up and get behind each other, this is all about support. And our community's done a great job, our student base, our faculty, but really it really comes down to helping the kids through the grieving process and helping support JD's family. It's a team effort. We got to combine together, and we got to stand up and walk out here together.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you so much. We'll have highlights of this game tonight at 10 during our highlight zone. Rob?
All right, Viterbo women's volleyball team at home for the first time this season. V-Hawks taking on 18th ranked Taylor. First set, Viterbo down 5, but storming back. Grace Road up high for the kill. That cuts it to 4. Later in the first, we're tied at 22, but the Trojans jump back in front with this kill. That makes it 23-22 Taylor, but back come the V-Hawks, tied again at 24. Again, she's coming up clutch. The Winona grad puts Viterbo back on top. Set point now for the V-Hawks, but Taylor not going down quietly. This spike is going to tie things up at 26. What a first set, but the V-Hawks finally pull away, and it's the La Crosse native Marissa Clement sealing it for Viterbo. V-Hawks shine in their home opener. They win it in 4 sets. That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.
Connect with us on Twitter at News8News. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.